Welcome back to They Come With Instructions podcast, where we explore God's blueprint for parenting, legacy, and living with purpose. I am your host. I'm Renee Anderson. I am a mother, I'm a mentor, and a friend. I've also authored the book with the same name, They Come With Instructions, Biblical Principles for Raising Children. And you know, we think, what happens when you are required to parent again? Once you've gotten your child or your children grown and independent, then the demand presents itself to start all over again. Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to discuss parenting again, grief, truth, and growth. I'm excited and I'm honored because I get to sit down with a woman who I really admire, Tonya Franklin. She and I have gone, we go way back over 20 years. Our journey as friends and colleagues has been one of iron sharpening iron, right? We have helped each other prepare for promotions and studying for exams.
Yes, we did.
And can we please not ever forget the day or the season when I found out I was pregnant with my third child, and I didn't know who he was, but I just knew I did not want to be pregnant. And what a friend you were to me during that crazy time. God help me. And then even the fourth son that came. So we have been around and a part of each other's lives for a very long time. And recently, Tanya, your journey has taken a courageous turn. And now you are raising your granddaughter, Leilani, after the tragic loss of her mother. And we're going to talk about what it means to start over, not just practically, but emotionally, right? Mentally. Yes. And of course, talking about, because this is biblical principles for raising children, I'm going to be sure to highlight the spiritual fortitude that is necessary to take on a task like this. So I know that you know God is with you. Yes. And we definitely want to encourage any listener, any person who will watch this on YouTube to know that God is with you. So welcome, Tanya. Thank you so much for being here.
Happy to be here.
I appreciate you so much. And listen, let's just start off the cuff because this is very new. This is very fresh.
Very fresh.
How recent is it? So just kind of tell us briefly, what led to the circumstances of you raising Leilani.
Leilani's mom passed January 1st of this year.
New year.
So first day of the new year. Prior to her passing, she was going through, chemo. Mm-hmm. So it was a lot of, taking care of her, being there for her during this time. But she was like a genuine fighter, though. So even though she was struggling and going through, the chemo and so much, on outside, you really couldn't tell. Wow. So I think that people, when they saw her, they didn't even know she was genuinely going through chemo because she was such a fighter. She fought through it all the way to the end. So, people will come by the house, see her, and she's laughing, she's joking, and she's having fun. But ultimately inside, it was eating at her.
Wow. And so how many months had she gone through chemo?
So let's say, okay, so she passed January 1st of 2025. She found out she had cancer, and I think it was around February, March of 2024.
Oh, wow.
So she didn't last a year.
Just months. So I know you and I know mothers, right? Because we assume the role of taking care of everybody and making sure everybody else is okay. Your son, who is Leilani's father.
Yes.
And You said that you were even taking care of Leilani's mother. Tell us Leilani's mother's name, because we want to make sure we put that in the atmosphere.
Okay. Her name is Jeannie.
Jeannie.
Say her name is Lucretia, but everyone called her Jeannie.
Jeannie.
So,
okay,
yes.
so we'll definitely make sure we call her Jeannie, not just Leilani's mother.
Yes.
So in mothering, we assume the caretaker, right? We make sure everybody is okay and looking after everybody. So let me ask you, Tanya, how are you doing?
Oh, no, don't ask that. You want me to be honest. I mean,
I want to know.
I'll tell you, you go through this, when you develop or when you become that go-to person, that's what everyone feels. Mm-hmm. Everyone believes you are the go-to person. You are that wall. And everyone gets to lean on you. The problem is that being that wall, you are not able to lean on anyone else. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's kind of hard.
I can only imagine. But you've always kind of, in your family, even before this,
been that wall.
So
I'm always the wall.
And so that comes with pros and cons, right? Being the strong person. And as mothers, especially Black women.
Yes. Okay.
Let's talk.
Okay, let's talk. Because we take the role of everything. Yes.
And then everybody, society, people who know us and don't know us, right, presume that there's a level of strength and sacrifice and resilience that other people just aren't capable or qualified to have. We're expected to just sacrifice even when it includes our own vulnerability.
We are expected.
Yeah, we are expected.
It's a unwritten rule. I think that's what they put on us.
Yeah. And
then we take that role and we run with it, only because we know this is what the expectation is.
Yeah.
But behind closed doors, you know, it's a little different.
It's different, and I'm glad to hear you say that, because, you know, there's two pieces of that to me. One is that to whom much is given, much is required.
Yes.
And if truth be told, and it always should be, you are capable.
Yeah.
Like God has equipped you to handle it.
And that is the truth. And that's what pushes me. And that is the reason why I continue to strive every day, or I'm putting one foot forward, because He's not going to give me more than I can handle.
Absolutely.
And He's saying, you got this, you can do this. And although I know I can, there are times where, you're going to fold, you're going to struggle, you're going to cry, you're going to scream, you're going to holler, all of that.
Yeah.
But the next day, you're going to put those clothes on,
Mm-hmm.
One foot at a time, the pants, the dress, the whatever, and you're going to start over.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's good, because that was the second piece, is that even the strong need a place of support.
Yes.
And a place of just softness where you can rest and lay your head on somebody's shoulder, on somebody's couch. Girl, I believe in therapy. Listen, I go and talk to those strangers and I just be crying, and I don't care what they think about me. I don't care how they look at, because I don't know them, but it's just a safe outlet and no judgment, right? Because some of the things that we feel, and we're going to talk about it, is that the judgment that comes with it.
Yes.
Because did you want to do this, or are you doing this out of love and obligation? Like, were you asked to step into the role, or did you, like, how did it come to be? And I see you looking at me like, I know you didn't ask for it, and I don't want that to sound like a stupid question.
No.
Like, we didn't expect this.
No, we didn't expect it.
You didn't expect it, but did you say to her or to your son, don't worry about it, I'll do it? Or did they ask you?
No, they didn't ask. My mindset is always to step in. I don't even think they had to ask. In my mind, no, they didn't even have to ask. That's my granddaughter. I was going to step in regardless. But even with that mindset of stepping in, it's still hard. Yeah, you want to be there. You want to do whatever it is that you can do for your grandchild. Like that's my baby. She's so precious and she's so loving, and you want to do everything that you can for her. But it still is a struggle. Because I went from grandma, like I'm grandma. I wanted to be that grandma that spoiled my grandchild. Yes, spoiled, but also, make sure that she was well-rounded. Make sure, you have to follow directions. You better listen. But I still wanted to be that grandmother. But moving into, I'm not really no longer the grandma. Although she calls me grandma, I'm mom. And it just wasn't a role that I prepared for.
Yeah. Yeah. I pray, and this is my truth, I pray to God that I'm never put in that position and challenged with that, Tanya, because I primarily was the single mom. Since them kids were like 2, the youngest was 2 years old, I was the single mom of 4 boys. And I know God knows how much I can handle, but I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could raise another person, dog, frog, cat, turtle. I cannot be the primary caregiver for another thing. Like, I really honestly pray that I'm never confronted with that, because it's a lot. And so when you're parenting and you're trying to parent right, like what you're saying, like, I want to love you, but I want you to have character. Mm-hmm. I want you to know that you got to behave. It's different than when you just having babies and letting them run wild.
Yeah, that's true. Because if they're doing that, then they can continuously have babies because they're not really parenting.
Yes. I
only had one. I'm not saying it was the right thing to do, but at that point, I had one, and I'm happy to only have one. I'm happy. I know that he probably discussed on numerous occasions of growing up as a single. As a only child, that he didn't kind of like that, but he was well taken care of. He was parented, and if I would have brought more into this world, then I felt like I would have just been. I'm not going to say I couldn't do it, because, God gives you, all that you can handle. So I know I could have, but I wanted to do everything I could for my son. So I didn't have another one.
Yeah.
But then here goes my granddaughter. So
yeah. Okay, so what's the difference? And I know it's early still, and she's very young. How old is Leilani now?
She's 4.
How is it? What's the difference between the boys and the girls? How is it? Did you ever want a girl, or even when you were pregnant with Ricky, did you want a girl?
No.
Okay, so you always wanted a boy.
I always wanted a boy.
Okay.
But when I found out that his girlfriend was pregnant, I prayed for a granddaughter.
Really?
I did. I wanted a granddaughter really bad. I'm like, please just let me have a granddaughter. I didn't want a daughter, but I wanted a granddaughter.
Make it make sense. Like,
I don't even know why. I wanted a granddaughter. Look, I was jeans and a T-shirt and tennis shoes, and that was my life growing up with him. I wanted to do a little more prissy stuff with my granddaughter.
See, that's what I loved about the boys. You can dress them up with, as long as they had a fresh haircut and a little clean, shiny face. Shirt. And a clean shirt, jeans and anything.
Jeans and anything, So that's what I wanted to do, raising a child. I wanted the boy, but I wanted the granddaughter because I knew she was going to have her mom, and I would just be able to do the fun stuff with my granddaughter.
Dress her up.
Just dress her up and do the fun stuff and have some tea and all that. But yeah, so that has changed.
So I mentioned that I'm an advocate for like therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Are you? How are you coping? How are you taking care of yourself?
Okay, so I have said on numerous occasions that I'm going to contact EAP with the Department of Water and Power, only because I do feel like I need to talk to someone. I just haven't done it. Program.
Right. And that's a free benefit to employees with most municipalities.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeah, and I think that's a good idea. I think it's, and do you plan to have that for Leilani? I mean, she may be too young right now, but there are some children, what is it called? Grief programs for children,
Yes.
designed for children that she could probably benefit from. Have you thought about that?
I have. I've even called a couple of places, but at this point they're saying she's kind of too young right now.
Okay.
But if I start seeing signs, then basically put her into therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it's just more of like a conversation that she's having with me every day. She misses her mom. She's going to talk about her mom every single day.
She does.
Mm-hmm. She does.
Does she talk about her with tears?
Sometimes.
Really?
Lots of times.
Really?
Yeah. She always, in her mind is, well, not just in her mind. The bond that she had with her mom and her mom had with her, it just was unbreakable. And I would say I kind of envy that in the sense that I didn't have that bond with my mom. And so what I saw with her, I was like, that right there is just unbreakable. I was always the grandma. I'm always there. She always ran to me. Like one of the good things about our relationship was that my granddaughter lived with me the entire time. So she always had me. So she had her mom, she had her dad, but she always had me as well. And I think, and this is a situation that's not normal. Yeah, no, that it normally happens to where, your grandchild will live with you while she has her parent and her mom, and basically, her dad and her mom. So we all three lived together, even when they were quote unquote not together. They were in two separate rooms. But this is how she grew up. So with the situation happening, she never had to change where she lived. And that's what made it a little easier. And that's when we were talking to reaching out to the therapist. The fact that she wasn't uprooted, it's kind of helping her. So she stayed in the house. She still live in the same house. So, but when it's time and she needs to talk to someone, I'm most definitely so she can talk. But I think, it's going to be, I think I need to do it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I need to do it first. You had mentioned something earlier. When you are talking to friends and family and stressing how you feel, you don't let it 100% out. And the reason why is because you don't want to be judged, or I don't know, you just, not to say like you don't want to be judged, but it's just not comfortable to say everything. So when you say you get on that couch, that's what I need to do. I want to get on the couch and scream and holler and let them know how I genuinely feel. And then when I walk out of there, I know it's still there. It's not like it's going to follow me, like someone's going to come back and say, I remember when you said this. Right. You never want that. Right. So that's why I can't be like 100% with family and friends. Right. So I do need it.
Right. You need it. And one thing I remember about you, honest, out of all these years, I think this is the first time I've ever seen a tear fall from your eye. You've never been like a very emotional person. And so I know that about you. So I came here with the intention to advocate, to make sure that you take care of yourself, make sure that you have a place to cry and to be vulnerable and to speak your truth. Because again, love causes you to do a whole lot of things that you don't plan on doing. Love still allows me to have a 21-year-old living in my house who's still trying to figure out his life, know that he needs to get himself together, but love, right, allows him to still live there. And I tell him that and I say that because I love you, but I also resent the fact that you're so comfortable living in my house. That's my truth.
Yeah.
I love you, but I don't want you here. And I can say that because he's an adult, right? And he needs to know it. But so there's nothing wrong with taking actions and steps. You know what I'm saying? Love being the motivator.
Yes.
But I know that your circumstances are much different than mine. And you still need to be able to have that truth, because love does cause us to do a lot of things. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing. It's a good thing that Leilani has you. It's a good thing that Ricky has you. It's a good thing that, just like what you're saying, that they were already in your home. Like, it doesn't seem like it, but sometimes when you look back on things, you be like, dang, God. So that's why that was like that. And because you knew, and you know what I mean? Like
You prepared.
He prepared.
You prepared. I thought about that. I look back and I say, God, you prepared us. Like you prepared my granddaughter to not have to be uprooted. You prepared her to have a family within this household, that when she lost her mom, she still knew she had a family in this household.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you do look back and you say, God, okay, I know.
Yeah.
I know you prepared us.
Yeah.
Is it hard? Most definitely. It's still hard.
Yeah.
But I do thank him for, the preparation.
Yeah. And it's good that you can see that, because sometimes people are so angry or broken that they refuse or can't see God even in the difficult situations. But he's there. He's still there in the difficult situation. So how about Ricky? We know black men and how they feel about therapy, but would he even consider like going and have you had that conversation with him?
Oh, of course. Ricky's in therapy.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
He just started. It took him a minute. I don't know if you know, but Ricky, had his first seizure when he went off to college. He went to, we were in Idaho, but he was in Boise State. So I picked him up, brought him home. And then since then, he has ongoing seizures. So he has been diagnosed with epilepsy. He can go months, he can go like a whole year without it, but stress causes the seizures. And with what happened with Jeannie, seizures was coming more frequently, especially when he found out she had cancer. He had a seizure once he found out, and then they tried to monitor his medicine, kind of give him more medicine, and then he gave him a different medicine, which they said might cause not just anxiety, but depression. And that happened. He became extremely depressed, but he also became, it was a little scary because he thought like everything was cancer. Like something's wrong with his fingernail. I think I have cancer. I don't know how it hit him. I don't know if it was the medicine. I don't know what it was, but I went into that mode of taking care of Jeannie because she had cancer, and then trying to take care of Ricky because he thought everything was cancer.
It's so difficult, Tanya. I'm so sorry. I want people to recognize the youth of Ricky and Jeannie. These are young adults.
Yeah, they are.
How old was Jeannie when she passed?
27
So at 26 years old
is when she found out.
She was diagnosed with cancer, and within a year, she passed away from it.
Yes.
We as a people need to do better about getting physicals and going to the doctor and taking care of our health, because it doesn't have to run in your family. It doesn't have to be generational. Like, get your physicals, get your exams, get your blood work, get your mammograms. As uncomfortable as they are, go see the doctor. And not to say that any of this could have been preventive, but I don't want anyone listening to this thinking that, oh, I'm 25 and I don't need a doctor because I'm in the prime of my life and I'm young, strong, and healthy.
No, please don't think that. Actually, cancer is attacking a lot of African American women at an early age now.
Yeah.
And if the one thing that I want everyone to know, please be an advocate about you and your body.
Yeah.
Because they don't listen. And I'm not to try to put anything out there, but we have to speak up.
Yeah.
We truly have to speak up. Because even with her going to the doctor and trying to get a mammogram because she was so young, they didn't think she needed a mammogram. And she had already felt a lump. And so with her trying to be an advocate for herself, she needed me because I'm a little different. I almost bust through the doctor's door. Oh, you guys are going to give her a mammogram. We need to find out what's going on. And you need someone supporting you to really be an advocate, especially when you're struggling and you may not be able to speak up for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's what was going on with her. She was kind of like nervous. And so someone else has to step in. But please be an advocate for your body.
Yeah, that's so good. And it also reminds me of sometimes young adults go through this whole independent stage where I don't need anybody. And that's false. Like, we all need somebody. We all need help. And we can't be too proud or too foolish to ask for help. Ask for help.
Yes.
Ask your mama for help. Ask your daddy for help. Ask somebody for help.
Somebody.
Like,
yes.
And that's what we are there for. That's why we have family. That's why we're connected. No man is an island. Like, we need one another. So I'm so glad that you were there for her, and that she ultimately was able to get the mammogram.
Yes.
Yeah. We got
the ultrasound. But yeah, once we found out, we went into the plan. And once the doctor decided, okay, this is the plan. Here's a chemo. That's exactly what we went through. Mm-hmm.
And then if she found the lump, then that means she was doing some type of exam, which again, we need to advocate for as well.
Most definitely.
Like, do your breast exams when you're in the shower, massage it, feel it. You know your breast better than any nurse or doctor anyway.
Yes.
And if you feel a lump or something that is unusual or new or different, Go see your doctor.
You need to go see your doctor.
Immediately. So what conversations at the young age of 3, I'm sure Leilani saw the transition of her mother and her mother's health failing. What kind of conversations do you have now with Leilani about Jeannie's passing?
I mean, Leilani, even if you were able to just have a conversation with her, what she's going to tell you is that, my mom passed. She was sick. Something was eating at her body. She's smart. She listens. Mm-hmm. And then God needed her more than we did. But she will ask, like, one day she said, Grandma, you said that God needed my mom more than I did, but he didn't even ask me. And I didn't know what to say on that one because she was smart. She said, he didn't ask me. He don't know if I needed her more. That one almost took me out. And I said, yeah, you're right. He didn't ask you. I said, but you're strong. And you got to understand that mommy's right here in this heart. She's looking at everything that you're doing, and she is so proud of you. And so those are the conversations that I have with her. Like, and then I bring back her mom constantly. Like, your mom is so beautiful, just like you. You took after your mom. You are so beautiful. Because one thing that she always knew about her mom in her mind, or how she felt, her mom was just so beautiful. And so I kind of bring that to her. I tell her, look how beautiful you are. I say, you just like your mom. I say, look at your smile, just like your mom. And do you know what that does? It puts a glow on her. She just loves it. She loves being like compared to her mom.
Yeah.
And so it helps me. And so I think Jeannie's name is spoken in our house every single day.
Wow.
I mean, there's pictures everywhere. She has to be seen. That's how I feel. Like, Jeannie still has to be seen inside of this household. Yeah. And knowing that I want my granddaughter to know your mom is still here. Yeah. Like, she's in your heart, but I'm never going to allow you or anyone to forget her.
Yeah, that's good, Tanya. I had an experience with a man who was very close in my life who also lost his mother at a very young age. And he was raised by aunts.
Okay.
And the uncle. The aunt was married, and they had never had children, so they felt like this was their blessing from God. Mm. And they treated him like he was a little treasure. Never, I think that he told the story of how once the uncle cried when the uncle had to spank him, like, because all they ever wanted to do was just keep him happy and keep him, just happy. And what I know about that individual is that he has a very shallow emotional intelligence, because he was just raised in that environment to just keep him happy, just keep him happy, just keep him happy. And now he goes through life not knowing how to deal with challenges, how to overcome struggles, how to cry. And I want to now talk about like your parenting for the future in Leilani. Like what does that look like? Because, she's going to, as much as she's strong and she's smart, she's going to come to an understanding and possibly grieve her mother differently as she grows.
Yeah, she will. I can see that happening. When you say parenting, well, yes, you do want to, as the aunts did with their son. I'll say their son. You want to basically have flowers, roses all the time. No, I'm not like that. No, I'm going to pop you, because I don't need you growing up into this world thinking that there's all flowers and it's all roses. Yes, I never wanted to, because as a grandma, I didn't feel like I needed to. I felt like I would just be able to just look at her and talk to her, and I wouldn't have to. I wasn't the parent. It's different now. So when I see a little sassiness, yeah, I'm going to put you in line, because I don't want you growing up like that.
Yeah.
And so, although that's not what I wanted to do.
Right.
Let me just go back to, that's not what I wanted to do.
Right.
But as a mom, you have to.
Yeah.
So since I took on that role, I'm not going to just let her think that it's roses every single time. And yes, I know you have to be cautious and careful for someone that has lost their parent, but you still have to be a parent.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate you for that, and even having the foresight to consider that and think about that, because again, so many people just kind of live in those moments. And again, it's not a bad thing to just want to protect them and keep them and let every day be sunshine and pixie dust and rainbows, but that's not real life.
That's not reality.
And parenting is about preparing them for real life. And life is hard.
It's hard.
Life is hard. It's unfair. It's going to knock the wind out of you, and then sometimes kick you while you down before you can catch your next breath. Life is hard. But we have God. We have hope in God, right? So we never have to lose our mind behind life.
That's true.
Because we have God above the therapist, above grandma, above anything that we think is our hope and our savior. We have God, and so we're never left alone. How do you see yourself, with Leilani included now, right? Because we were talking about retirement. We were talking about
living my life.
We had a plan. We was counting down to some things. How is life now different, you imagine, in the next 5 to 10 years? How do you see yourself?
Oh, wow. Yeah, it is. It's 100% different. I'm in a relationship, and I think that it's kind of put a toll on our relationship.
Wait, girl, you got like a boo? You got like
a boo thing.
What?
It's been going on for 7 years, though.
Okay, the same one.
The same one.
Okay, good. I was going to say, I didn't know about that.
No. It's the same one.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah,
I'm going to be able to say that one day.
Yeah,
Let's put that out in the
atmosphere. So, and then this scenario, this situation are just, me becoming more of a parent than a grandparent. I think it's kind of took a toll on our relationship, but he's not giving up, and I won't let him give up, and I'm not giving up. So we're just going to have to find a way to make it work. So it's because a lot of my time is going from work and then Leilani. And I'm emotionally with Leilani. And so I've had conversations with him where he doesn't feel that I'm emotionally with him, that I'm not showing emotion. And he's right. Mm-hmm. But I feel like most of my emotion right now is with Leilani. So he's hanging in there. And, sooner or later he'll get a little more emotion, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe, once I hit, maybe go to therapy and, get some of this stuff out, because I do need to kind of scream and holler. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so seeing myself in about 5 years, I'm going to be the grandmother / mom to make sure that Leilani is well taken care of. I do see that. I also see that I'm going to have to make a way to be in a relationship and bring the relationship together with Leilani. Yeah. Like he's going to have to be involved with me and Leilani in order for us to be in a genuine relationship.
Yeah, because it's a big change to how things were for the past 6 years.
Yes.
And now, and it's still new. We're still, if Jeannie passed January the 1st, we're in July.
Yes.
So it's very new. And so I pray that you guys can figure it out, and that you both have the patience and resilience, because it's hard to find people that you love and connect and want to be with. So if you found that, then I pray that it can survive. And then you don't want to have to sacrifice another thing.
Yeah. And that's a good point. I don't want to have to sacrifice my relationship with my guy because things changed in my household, and that I am now become the mom.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to sacrifice, but I want to find a way to make it work.
Yeah. And see, I can hear the minds of people and imagine people are saying, well, he is grown, he an adult, he should just be able to adjust and modify and adapt. He's an adult. And that is true, but you get accustomed to your life in a certain way. And, it's not fair to cast this circumstance and this situation on him and expect him to feel the same level of obligation and duty and or love, because I'm sure he does love Leilani and know Leilani.
Yes.
But there's a different level there because he's not blood or and so we can't be judgmental of him. And I appreciate you saying that you're not going to allow him to give up. Because some people could be very selfish and be like, well, if you love me, you would be here. If you love me, you would understand. Well, love should also allow you to understand that it's difficult and different.
And that's why I said I'm not gonna let him give up.
Yeah.
Because I know it is difficult. It's difficult for me, so I know for a fact that it's difficult for him. Right. If it is truly difficult for me, then I have to look that is more difficult for him. He's not in this situation. Yeah. And so, but he's there, and he's very loving. And I know, as we get older, you want to be that selfish person. You want to be like, it is finally my time to just be in a relationship and not have to worry about kids. I've raised kids for so many years. I'm sure that's how he feels. That's how I felt. You see, that's how you feel. So
that's the stage I'm in right now. Yes. That's what I'm praying, Lord, please let everybody stay alive and healthy. I don't even have grandkids right now. Thank the Lord. Because I am in such a selfish stage right now, Tanya, that I'm telling you.
It's nothing wrong with being selfish, though. It's nothing wrong with being in that selfish stage. I was there. I was happy and selfish. And I can do what I wanted to do. I did have my granddaughter, but I was selfish. I was still being able to do whatever I needed to do for myself. And then in my relationship. Yeah. And then when that changed, you're no longer selfish. Mm-hmm. Selfless.
That's the sacrifice.
You're sacrificing it all now.
That's the selfless.
Yes.
Yeah. Life is cycles. Jonathan McReynolds a gospel artist. He sings a phenomenal song, and it's called Cycles. I'm going to send it to you because it doesn't necessarily talk about relationships, but it just talks about just life and cycles, But yeah. So do you envision Leilani, will you allow her to call you mama? Like have you given that any thought?
No. In my mind, I just want her to still look at me. I'm still grandma. I'm grandma / mom. There's been a couple of times where she says, mom, and I'm like, I'm your grandma. However, I don't know. I don't know what will happen, in the future. I guess in my mind, I still talk to her about her mom. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why I'm still grandma.
Mm-hmm. You know why I asked that question? Because this same gentleman who had the auntie, some of his difficulty and lack of emotional connectivity, because he couldn't feel, almost like he lacked intimacy. And I believe, this is Renee's assessment, I didn't ask the therapist about this, but I really felt like because he lacked having someone to call mama. Like God does things in order, and that's why we come to this earth with mamas. Mm-hmm. There's a need for that. And I only offer that, one, is because it may be something that she needs, right? And again, talk about it in therapy, but children need a mama role, a mother, a nurturer, a caregiver. And I'm sure you're all those things, but if that's something that you're comfortable with, it may be something that she needs. As long as you are being truthful, you're not trying to take the place of Jeannie. But sometimes when kids go to school, when kids go through parties, and, if they're other kids ask, where's your mama? Oh, she can look over there and point to you, rather than going to that whole story all the time.
Yeah.
And wear this badge or this weight of having to tell the story of why I don't have
my mom.
So I think therapy and all those things, those tough conversations, are really going to play it out. And then again, it's so new. You have so much time to figure it out. But there's no guilt. There's no guilt in whatever decision that you make, because, Tanya, you were stepping up to do what a whole lot of people probably couldn't or wouldn't. So I offer that to you, and I pray that for you, that whatever decision that you make, that you feel no guilt, and that you would be surrounded by people who will speak life into you and continue to encourage you and support you in this sacrificial season that you were in.
Well, I take that. I receive that. I'm so
it's
serious.
A lot.
It is a lot. It's a lot. It is an everyday struggle, but it's also just loving, caring. My granddaughter is just she's life.
She's cute as a button, for one, and then she has my name as her middle name. I don't know how that came to be, but that was a good one. Leilani Renee.
Okay. And she has just her grandmother's personality.
Is she big personality?
Yeah, she crazy.
I love it.
She's really funny. But her mom is like that too. So
yeah.
Her mom just honestly reminds me of me when I was younger.
Really?
Yes. So I don't know. I felt like I had her.
Wow.
So that was my bond with her. My birthday's August 24th, Leilani's September 7th, and Jeannie's September 10th. We were just like right
3 weeks
there.
apart.
Yes.
From within 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And we all three, in my opinion, basically have that same personality. Yeah, I don't know how all three of us was living in the same household
That's so
though.
Funny. So
I feel bad for Ricky.
He done found somebody like his mama.
Yeah, poor thing.
And
poor
now
thing.
has a little one just like his mama.
But he said, she was too much like his mom, like trying to be his mom. That's what he said. So it kind of bothered him.
Yeah.
But now it's if you have a conversation with him now, it's more like, I don't care if she could just come back and be that mom, like, I would take it any day. So sometimes when you don't have that person, now you thinking, I would take her screaming and hollering and acting like my mom at any given day. If you have a conversation with him, he will most definitely tell you that.
Yeah. It's so unfortunate, but there's a saying that you really don't appreciate a thing until
it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate. If you had to define your truth in this moment, what is your truth in this moment? That's a heavy question, I know.
That is a heavy question. If I had to define my truth, I mean, honestly, the truth is, I didn't want this. That's the truth. I wanted to be a grandma. I did not want to start over and be a mom. That's the truth. Am I going to do it? Yes. Am I capable of doing it? Yes. But did I want to? No. So that's my truth.
Yeah.
I don't ever want her to feel like my grandmother didn't want to do this. I mean, it's not that, I wanted to just live my life. I wanted to, because I've been there for so many people that I wanted to be selfish for me and just be like, not to say like it's all about me, but that's where I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be all about me for like, I don't even care for just like a few years.
Yeah. Yeah.
But God said something different.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my truth is, that's the truth. I didn't want this. I wanted to, go in the wind and enjoy my life.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned earlier, we're going towards retirement. And so I wanted to retire and, get back into my fitness and not have any care in the world. Like, I know something was going to come up, but just live my life and then just, bring Leilani over here for a couple of weeks and I'll take care of her. I'll take her for the whole summer,
and
send her back, that's what I wanted, but now it's not like that.
Yeah.
So now it's me saying, okay, for the summer, if I need to go somewhere, I need to make arrangements for Leilani.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a scripture that says, to everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under the sun, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. It's in Ecclesiastes, and it's verses probably 1-9. So it makes the comparison, a time to laugh, a time to cry. And it just goes through this thing. And this is just a season too. It's a season. Again, you had one son, I had 4. But when you're parenting and you're really trying to raise your kids, it is a sacrifice. Like, they are the priority. And no guilt, no blame, because you've done what you were supposed to do. And now you just wanted a little window of time for me, for you. And there's no guilt in that. And so even, Ricky's an adult. So you can look back and you did get a little window. So you had a season of that time when it was just kind of just you. Not that big.
I mean, because honestly, because he was having seizures, it still seemed like I never really kind of. I tell you, when he went off to college, and I wasn't in a relationship. And I was in the house by myself for 2 really great months. I remember that. and people saying, "Oh, you're gonna start being sad and you're gonna feel lonely," and I said, "Well, let me get there." I want to feel that because my house has always been open to everyone living with me. I can't even count how many people that have lived in my household because I'm always the one opening the door and helping someone. So I really wanted to be selfish for a minute. So it really hasn't happened. Another thing I wanted to say is that, as parents, as moms, we're the ones who take that sacrifice, right? It's not the fathers, not, and I'm not trying to talk about fathers, but the fathers that I know, that I've raised by and friends have, and all of the above. Fathers they make plans without finding out what's going on with the kids. Mothers don't do that. We're responsible enough to make plans around what's going on with our kids. Now, I love my son. My son is exact same way. He will come and say, "Oh, I have a hair appointment at this time and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that." And I'm like, "But what's going on with Leilani?" And he doesn't look at it like that. And so I'm still trying. I'm constantly communicating with him to say, "Remember, Leilani is your daughter, and you're going to." And I know you're a single father, outside of the fact that you have me, but you're going to have to start making your arrangements around Leilani. So you have to figure out, what is Leilani doing before you make your plans. And so it still hasn't sunk in. It still hasn't sunk in. For me, I make plans around Leilani.
Yeah.
And I want him to kind of do the same. So I'm still working on him.
Yeah.
And so if you have any advice for that.
Good luck with that.
If anyone has any advice for that, call me 1-800. I'm
That
just
is
playing.
so funny,
but seriously, I'm saying, you still a dad.
He will get it.
When?
But it's just like what you're saying. You're going to have to make him feel that. And right now he doesn't feel it because he know you got Leilani.
I know.
He know you. She's good.
And she's good. And and the only way for me to do that is when I say on Friday, I'm gone. And I will not be back until Monday. And then that's when I escape to my man's house and spend the weekend with him and just be like. But sometimes when I'm over there, I'm so drained that I'm just like, oh, I'm in a chair, knocked out sleep. And he's probably thinking, you did not just come over here to go to sleep. And so some days he's like, I understand.
Yeah.
You need this break. And I'm sure other days he's like, I need you here with me, not just over there asleep. So, I'm going to start making it a point to spend more time with him. Yeah. And then that is going to, allow Ricky to grow up and be that father. Yeah. And it literally is going to take me to get out of the house to do that. Yeah. Right now we're building, we haven't started, but I'm going to build a ADU in my backyard, and that's going to be his place. Yeah. I want him to have his own space, to be able to grow up, because I feel like, as long as he's in my household, he's just not going to step it up. And not to say that he can't, but why would you if I'm there and I'm just always
and taking care of everything.
I'm taking care of everything.
Yeah.
So I want him in that house, and then me in my house, and see if that can change some things.
One thing I know for sure, Tanya, is that you're going to be okay.
Okay. I'm receiving that. I'm going to be okay.
You are going to be okay. Leilani is going to be fine. You have such a healthy perspective on reality and being able to balance truths, whether positive or false, or positive or negative. Yeah. Like you're not like existing in this false narrative.
No, not at all.
And so that is healthy. You need to get into therapy. You're talking and asking the right questions and making the right demands of your son, considering all the right things for Leilani, and that she can't just be this little spoiled Princess, because spoiled kids, I say it in my book and I say it on this platform, spoiled kids are not cute at 2. They are not cute at 42. Don't spoil them.
Don't spoil them.
Love them, but teach them and train them and raise them. Instill values in them, respect, and I know she's going to be fine. You're an amazing woman. I've gone through my questions. Do you have anything else that you want to share? Anything that you thought we'd talk about that we didn't? Any last words?
No, I just knew that whatever question you were going to ask me, I was going to be honest. My feelings, I mean, I've always been that one that's open.
Yeah.
I don't hold back, just so somebody might feel a certain way or be like, I don't know. I'm just one of those honest ones. So you asking me the questions, they may have been, well, I won't even say any of them was hard. And maybe it's because of you. I can talk to you. So, we've been there.
6 months out of something as big as this, like most people would have still been grieving. And not to say that you're not grieving, but sometimes people take grief and use it as a weapon and use it as a crutch and a badge for sympathy and woe is me and I can't. And so I appreciate your authenticity. I appreciate that you've never been a drama person, that, it is what it is. And your willingness to show up, every day in Leilani's life is just love in action. It's love in action. And that's what we have to do. We have to, live our lives in truth, right? Whatever that is. Because again, we spoke about already how difficult life can be. So thank you for that. I know for sure that your story, your strength, your resilience is going to help somebody.
I hope so. I want everyone to know that even though you don't plan something like this, you got to see God in the mix of the whole entire thing. Yeah. If you can see God, then you would know that this was the plan that He had. Yeah. It may not be your plan, but it's the plan that He had. And He's going to ensure that you are well equipped to handle this. Yeah. And so even though you might not want to, you're equipped to handle it. I know I may not want to, but I am most definitely equipped to handle this, equipped to handle raising Leilani, equipped to communicating with my son to tell him he better step it on up. I'm equipped to doing that. I'm also equipped to saving my relationship. I know I can. Yeah. It's not bad. Let me just say that. However, I know there are things that I can do better. Yeah. So I'm equipped to doing it, and I love. I'll make sure it happens.
You're an inspiration. And so as we close today's conversation, our hearts are tender yet full of love, full of remembrance, and full of hope. We honor the life of Jeannie, whose absence is deeply felt every day, but whose legacy lives on in the beauty, the brilliance, and the becoming of her daughter, Leilani. We thank God for Tanya, a woman of uncommon strength, quiet sacrifice, and unwavering faith, who answered a call she didn't ask for, but embraced with grace. And to Leilani, your story is still being written, not just with ink, but with love, with prayers, and with purpose. May your little life be marked by healing, anchored in truth, and enriched by the village that surrounds you. Amen. And may we all remember the instructions for raising a child are written by the author of life himself. And when we walk with him, we never walk alone. Thank you to, again, Tanya. Thank you to my listening and my viewing audience for joining today. Please subscribe, like, and share this episode with someone who needs hope and needs encouragement and needs an example of resilience, because Tanya, you demonstrate that.
Thank you.
Feel free to leave comments about this topic or topics that you'd like us to discuss from a biblical principles, perspective. Remember, you were made with purpose and you do have instructions. Thank you and love and blessings.